Alright, so this is the Backbone Pro controller. Basically, the original Backbone one, but after it decided to level up, get bulkier, and add more features. All this at a premium price point of $170. So, the big question, is it worth that much? Let's find out. Let's start with the design and feel. The version that I have is the standard black version. They also recently released an Xbox version, which honestly looks pretty cool. The sticks are in that classic Xbox layout. And finally, they are full sized. No more tiny joystick sprinkles like on the original Backbone one. These are not Hall effect or TMR sticks though. So we might have to see what happens in the long run. The D-pad and the face buttons feel nice, soft, rubbery, and not super clicky. Although the right stick sits a little too close to the A and X buttons. It's like that one person who has no sense of personal space. On the back, you get two extra customizable buttons. They're placed in a way where you will probably end up using your ring fingers, which isn't the most natural thing ever, but for occasional actions, I guess they do the job. Triggers feel normal. L1, R1 are clicky, nothing out of the ordinary. You also get this orange Backbone button that opens the app, the screenshot button, the menu button, basically all the usual suspects. They're a bit stiff, but honestly, you won't be using most of them often. Bottom has a 3.5mm jack and a USB-C port with pass-through charging. The controller needs charging too, since it can also be a Bluetooth controller this time. And yes, this only works on USB-C phones, so no iPhone 14 and older. I'm using a 17 Pro Max and it just fits fine. They include these removable supports if you want to fit a bigger case. But in my case, I have to use it without a case, which is disappointing. This case isn't even the thickest of them all. So I really wish there was just a little more room to accommodate chunkier cases. Overall though, the controller feels solid. No flex, no cheapness, and the texture on the back makes it pretty comfortable for long gaming sessions. It definitely looks like the Pro version. Chunkier, wider, more substantial in your hands. It is heavier than the original Backbone one, but not in a tiring way. The chunkier sides make it easy to hold for longer sessions. Let's talk about latency and Bluetooth performance. Latency was actually really good. When the phone's connected directly, the response is instant, exactly what you want. Over Bluetooth, it is pretty instant too. I wouldn't play ranked games with this though, but generally very playable. Bluetooth also stayed stable the whole time. I walked around the room, no dropouts, no random disconnects. It paired easily with my iPad, Mac, and TV too. The Backbone app makes it easy to switch between Bluetooth devices that are already connected before. You can instantly connect any device in the settings menu in the app. Using it as a standalone controller is fine, but the shape is wide and so it feels a little strange at first. I definitely still prefer an actual Xbox or PS controller for PC or TV gaming. But if you don't own any other controllers, I guess this can cover both roles. Let's look at the Backbone app. Strange to say, but my favorite thing about Backbone is the app. It tries to be like a mini console dashboard for your phone. You can pretty much see all your games in one place. You get PS Remote Play, Xbox Cloud Gaming, Xbox Remote Play, Steam Link, Apple Arcade, your mobile games, and even some browser-style instant games. They're also working on a Backbone emulator, which is in beta right now, so you can run retro ROMs too. I genuinely enjoy using the app. It makes the whole setup feel cleaner and more organized. They also have social stuff like starting a party and Twitch integration. There's a Backbone Plus subscription which is $39.99 a year with features like in-app recording and Twitch streaming. One thing to note is that you actually don't need a subscription to play your games or to use the controller. It only provides some added features. I would think about paying the subscription if it came with some free games like Xbox Game Pass does, but currently I don't see the point. The other thing that I would expect to have in an expensive controller like this one is haptics motor. There's no vibration motor here. This is definitely very important because of its ability to be used as a standalone controller with your consoles or PC. I think the haptics make the gaming experience so much better. The lack of it is very much noticeable and a deal breaker for me. Battery life is decent, but honestly, I didn't even play much without the phone. My main use case is using it with the phone. I would use an Xbox or a PS controller on consoles or PC and not use this Bluetooth function on this one. I tested cloud gaming using the Xbox and the PS Remote Play, And the controller didn't feel like the bottleneck. It was a pretty smooth experience. Honestly, I really enjoyed cloud gaming using this just because it feels more like a handheld device. Speaking of gaming, let's look at what gaming on this looks like.
About action from the Premier League in this case. It's Chelsea versus Arsenal. Brilliant team pressing, chances on, and behind.
Listen, this isn't the only stash. Punk. Whoever freed Lee sounds like my tech is right up their alley. I want it falling into the wrong hands. You're the only...
Drop your weapon.
Down, standing by. Repeat, UAV recon is standing by. UAV online.
Lock it down.
Alright, final thoughts. Let's talk about what I like. The first one is the bigger analog sticks. They're so much nicer, and since I had the backbone one, I definitely compare it with that one. The second one is how comfortable it is for long gaming sessions, and it is thanks to the chunkier sides and smooth texture. The backbone app really adds a nice console-like layer. And finally, the build quality does feel a little premium. Let's talk about what could be better. The first one is the lack of Hall effect sticks. Not having Hall effect sticks or TMR at $170 is wild. This is the main reason I wouldn't want to use this, since even cheaper options out there have Hall effect sticks. Most people won't even notice it, so I get it, but definitely a deal breaker for me. The second one is the ability to extend it just enough so that I can fit in an iPad mini or probably even 11-inch iPad Pro. That would be amazing. Case compatibility wise, I think it's really frustrating to remove the case every time to play these games, at least in my case. And finally, it's the price. In my opinion, I think $170 is really high, especially if you look at the available options out there in the market. To conclude, I think this is a great controller for a very specific type of person. Either someone who wants both a mobile controller and a Bluetooth controller in one, or someone who just has the budget and wants a good looking option for phone gaming. If it were around, let's say, $100, I think I would recommend it instantly. At $170, I'd probably wait for a sale, or at least try to convince Backbone to include a free hug with this purchase. Let me know in the comments what you think and whether this controller really is the backbone of your mobile gaming setup. I'll see you in the next one.